Hello, I'm John Lorenz. I'm a principal analyst with Yole Group, covering the memory activity, specifically the market and technology of DRAM. 2024 has been a big rebound year from 2023 for DRAM, with over 80% revenue growth year on year. And it's been a year marked with realignment of supply and demand, specifically the rise of a new kind of technology called HBM, or high bandwidth memory. As the name suggests, it's a high bandwidth memory with a very high bandwidth achieved by a very wide interface, enabling the rapid access of the memory banks with very high data transfer rates. The best HBM available right now on the market is HBM3E, capable up to 1.2 terabytes per second of bandwidth. Yeah, so it's the big three DRAM companies are capable of producing HBM today. That's Micron technology in the United States, SK Hynix, and Samsung in South Korea. So the applications that are taking advantage of this HBM is those really at the leading edge of compute, these highly compute-intensive applications such as data center AI training. This is the application of training large language models for generative AI, for instance, which many companies are doing, but specifically these big tech companies like Google, like Meta, like OpenAI, like xAI, like Tesla. These are companies that are investing a lot of money into developing their AI models, and therefore they require this hardware to do so. So take a company like NVIDIA, for instance. They've received a lot of attention because they sell directly this hardware for accelerating the training and inference of generative AI and other forms of high-performance compute. But to take their latest models, their latest processors as an example, every single one of these are integrated with HBM memory onto the board. HBM is a critical component for what NVIDIA sells as a GPU, because it enables the GPU to hold right next to it in a large amount of memory the parameters of the AI model. And if it's a very large AI model, you have many of these GPUs working in parallel, each one containing, in some cases, 80 to 200 gigabytes worth of HBM, and that's all available across the network of processors as well. So to train a very large model, you need many GPUs working in parallel, and each of them containing HBM memory. Generative AI is exploding in terms of interest and revenue, and along with it, the HBM market is moving as well. 2 years ago, HBM was maybe a $2 billion market. We expect 2024 to be in excess of $15 billion, representing the CAGR over 150%. And even into next year, perhaps it will even double from where it is this year, the HBM market. So it's really driving this huge growth in terms of revenue, of course, adding to the overall DRAM industry from that respect. So HBM it carries some similarities to conventional DRAM, but there's some special things about it. So HBM is built off of the same front-end manufacturing process as just leading-edge conventional DRAM. However, the die must be larger because HBM contains within it through silicon vias that take up more space. And then HBM itself, after the front-end process, is a stacked memory. So you have to stack all these die on top of each other, which introduces other complications and advanced packaging problems. So overall, the HBM bit output is about 1/3 of what you would get if you were just producing conventional memory. So that means that as HBM is growing in demand and the suppliers are shifting production towards HBM, that means it has a bigger effect on the loss of production of the conventional DRAM. So the suppliers are racing to invest in new manufacturing lines, so they don't lose much of the conventional DRAM output, but it happens anyway. So I mentioned 2025 a little bit. That's a year we expect HBM to approach $30 billion in revenue. We'll have to see exactly how it plays out, but up significantly from just this year, up even more significantly from years before. 2025 also should bring about the next generation of HBM called HBM4, where we'll see a doubling of the width of the interface, which will of course occupy more space on the die, but will bring with it a even wider bandwidth for the next generation of accelerators. Thank you for taking the time with us to watch our ChipChat with the Yole Group. If you'd like to learn more, I encourage you to visit us at www.yolegroup.com or to find us on LinkedIn or WeChat and give us a follow. Thanks.